Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and tonight we have Coach Nelson. He's out in California. Previous for our audience, uh, he was at Rockhurst High School, and he won the state championship at Rockhurst High School, and then went on to be assistant coach, and then moved on out to California at Monta Vista Christian School. Welcome to the show, Coach.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Who you got here? You got a couple of your players here. Run it down to our audience.
Yeah, so I got my two seniors this year. On the right or the left is Sofia Cortes. She's our guard, kind of our Swiss Army knife. She has to do a little bit of everything this year for us: shoot the ball, score the ball, play a little bit of defense. Then on the right, we have Amaya Tellez. She's a senior for us. She's also a Swiss Army knife. She has to do everything for us as well: rebound, steal, shoot shots. And so they do a really good job of being the glue of our team and being leaders on our team as well.
All right, Coach. Tell our audience a little bit. Let's go about last season. What that looked like, and what do you have up your sleeve for this season? And how many games have you all already played? Three
Yeah,
questions.
gotcha. So last season, we ended up losing in our regional state tournament. So we made it to the Elite Eight for our area. We were 15-11. We had a pretty successful season. We had a lot of bodies on our team last year, a lot of good basketball players that happened to graduate. But this year, we returned these two seniors or these two players. They're the only, well, we have three total returners, but these are our two main contributors to our team this year. And right now, we've only played about, this will be our ninth game tonight. And we're looking to be, we're 3-5 right now.
All right. Uh, Sophia,
Yes.
run it down. And then what I want you to run down, let's go back to kindergarten. We're not just talking about who you play, where you're playing now. Give our audience a little bit about who you are and where you played and how you rose in the ranks of basketball. Run it down.
Okay, so I started playing basketball when I was about like, I don't know, in elementary school, so pretty young. And then I grew up playing West Valley basketball, which is a club team over in it's like San Jose area. And then Maya also did West Valley also. And yeah, so I did that for a couple of years, and that was really beneficial to my basketball just overall career and skill, or built my skills there. And then I came to Monta Vista, and ever since then, Zach Nelson has been my coach for 2 years now, and I think he's helped me a lot just develop as a player and as a leader. So, yeah.
What do you consider your best attributes as a player?
I would say that, this role I was usually a shooting guard, and this year I have to be a point guard just because of our loss of just last year of just a lot of players were lost. So I think just being able to adjust and be coachable, I think that's a strong suit that I have. And I just look forward to getting my team, opportunities to be successful, but then also try to create shots for myself too, just to help the team overall.
That's part of that Swiss Army knife that Coach was talking about. Uh,
Yeah.
Coach says that I think you've played 9 games thus far. Uh, Tell our audience a little bit about how you feel your play had been uh, over the past 9 games.
As a player, as the team,
No, player. We interviewing
just
you
play.
now. Coach,
Okay.
talk about the team.
Okay. I think just definitely getting back into that groove of just, playing basketball, basically like just playing games 3 days a week. And yeah, just trying to figure out my new role and on the
How do
team.
you feel you played? That's the question.
Okay.
Hold
Well,
it. And
I'm getting
then
there. Getting there.
hold it. Then let me say this. I always want a quantify your play. So we're talking about on a 1 to 10. Let's go your first game to where you're at now. Run it down each game 1 to 10.
Ooh, if I can even,
don't even
I don't remember every game, but I would
Don't you got a basketball IQ? I know if you're playing for him, you should have a basketball IQ.
Yes, well, okay, it's hard to remember, but I would say I've been playing at a solid like 7 or 8. I would say I definitely can improve more, and make more opportunities for myself to provide, but then also just like getting more assists, getting more rebounds for the team. I think I can definitely grow in that role. But yeah, I feel like probably like a 7 or 8.
So you're saying basically all nine games you feel you about a 7?
Yeah.
All right. Was there any memorable moments in these last 9 games?
Yeah, I would say our game against SoCal, it was a pretty close game, and we were able to win by 3, 2,
Yeah.
2. I think it was by 2 actually. We were able to win, or was it? Or no, by 5. Yeah, 2. Okay, we were able to win by 2, and I shot a 3 to tie it in the last 30 seconds, and then the other team fouled another one of my teammates, Emily, and she made her 2 free throws. So that was just like I would say an overall like a good team effort, and we all put in the work with defense, steals, rebounds, free throws, threes, like everything. We all just came together and worked really hard. So I think that was also a really memorable game.
All right. So where do you like to operate from on the court?
This year, I have to be the point guard, but I also like to be a shooting guard. But yeah, so I'm trying to make plays for my team and just give them
opportunities. Where do you like to operate? Not all of that stuff there. Where are you operating from, sister?
Usually, I like to shoot threes. I think this year they've been a little bit weak, so usually I just drive and getting some. I like Euros. I like to do Euros, and then also.
First of all, I meant to say this earlier. Tell our audience your measurements, your height, and what.
I'm 5'7".
All right, got a little something with you.
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
I have no idea. I really have no idea.
You look like you about 170, maybe 165.
It's probably
she ain't that
135.
Not that big, coach.
No, she's got a good solid build, but she's not 170. I'll give her like in the 120, 130 range.
I think I'm 130. Yeah, Jesus.
All right, so at 130, do you go hard in the paint or you tiptoeing through the tulips?
I definitely have my fair share of getting blocked sometimes, or getting like falling down. I have a bunch of bruises to prove that. But I would say I definitely know my way around the paint too, so I can make. That's why I Euro a lot, so I can get around people.
Let's keep it moving. Cascade Sports is home of the student athlete. How important is your education to you?
It's very important. We just got done with finals, but I think it's a really good life skill to be able to balance basketball and school. So I think I did pretty well this semester, just balancing that. But I also, take time. Coach Nelson knows that, school is a very big priority to everyone. So we're able just to get in the gym, get good hours, and then just go home and focus on school.
Do you plan to, are you looking forward to getting a scholarship or some help to go to college, or do you even want to go to college?
Yes, I do want to go to college. I applied to 10 colleges so far. And yes, it's definitely very important for me to get academic scholarships for sure. So I've been working really hard to do that too.
Hey, you shouting out to anybody?
I'll shout out my family, my mom and my dad.
Hey, my people nosy. You got to say their names.
Okay, my dad is Armando Cortes, my mom, Gretchen Cortes, and then my 2 sisters, Angelina and Marissa Cortes.
Shout out from the baby girl. All right, who we got here on the other side of this coin?
I'm Amaya Tellez. I'm also a senior at Monta Vista.
Hey, now I don't have to tell you too much. Run it down from Kenny.
All right. I will try to as best as I can remember any questions. Okay. I pretty much play as her like number 4. I'm normally next to her on the court. For the most part, we work kind of in tandem, getting the ball up the court, trying to facilitate the ball as much as we can. I think, oh, we're going stats now. Okay. I'm trying to remember, but I think what the next question was like, where do we?
No, all right, hold on. I'll feed you. Let's go your first
Please
9
help.
games.
Thank you.
Yeah, let's go your first 9 games.
Great. Okay, I think this season has been pretty difficult for me. I like throughout my career, I've kind of moved from being like a small forward, then I moved to a shooting guard, and now I'm trying to work more as like a guard, just solely a guard, dribbling a lot more.
Sorry and that's for cutting you off, but give your measurements so that my people can look as you telling your story and figure out where you at.
Okay, I'm like 5'5" and I'm like 165 pounds.
Well, go, girl. Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think so far I've like with that kind of struggled. I've been between like I'll give myself an average of like a 5 to like a 7 overall. Best game was probably against Scotts Valley, I would say. And then SoCal, the game that was her like best memory of us winning only by 2. I think I did very well both of those games, just scoring and helping the team win. Or, well, we didn't win Scotts Valley, but winning SoCal.
All right. So what do you consider your best attributes?
I think best attributes.
I didn't ask you what you think.
Okay.
Your best attribute.
All right. Well, listen, I didn't get these questions before. Okay, I'm going off the cuff.
That's how Mr. Nelson does these programs, off the cuff. Go ahead.
Off the cuff, man. Sure. I think I contribute the most through assists and rebounds. Depending on the game, scoring just depends on how we're doing.
You get rough and ready?
I'm sorry, what?
I said, do you get rough and ready on the inside?
I try to. I prefer to.
Yes, I like that. So where you like operating from?
I prefer operating like corner, and then I like moving around the key. I like working there. But I don't have a lot of opportunity to because we have a big who is much taller than me who has a lot more success than I do.
All right. So. And I'm going back to you also, Sophia. On a 1 to 10, both of y'all tell me what your handles is like. Sophia, 1 to 10.
I would say my handles have gotten better throughout the years, but they're still at like I would say 7.5. Yeah. What about you?
I think I've had a lot of improvement once again, working from like a forward situation to like a guard now. Never really had to handle the ball. So my handles are still like a 6, 5 kind of range.
Right. On a 1 to 10, girls, what's your mid-range shot? You first, Sophia.
I've been shooting a lot of mid-range, so I would say like an 8. Yeah, keep you back.
All right. Hey, coach. Now this is where I love having coaches on the program. Is anybody dreaming about their skill set? Are they giving us an accurate portrayal? Or what would you say Sophia's on her 3-point and on her handles?
I would say they're being pretty truthful. I would give them about the same measurements, about a 7 for Sophia, 6 for Amaya. Amaya looked pretty good these last couple of days dribbling the basketball.
All right.
So I've seen some improvement there. But Sophia is more of a shooter. I mean, she's shooting the ball pretty well from the inside. I mean, she's shooting 40% from the field and about a little bit over 25 from 3. And so, yeah.
And the other twin, run some of her attributes down. That's you, the dynamic duo.
She's doing a really good job. You know, she's kind of like the quarterback on our defense, so she does a lot of things that go unnoticed for us, like communication that really help us get a lot of stops and steals and rebounds. But her biggest attribute, I would say her short corner or her mid-range shot is pretty good, pretty consistent when she shoots it. Would hope to see a little bit more, but no, she's doing a really good job of improving all those areas that I ask her to, you know, improve on, especially since this is kind of an unforeseen situation for them. I know it's not like their comfortability, but like in order for when they got to step up and change their game a little bit for us to be successful.
All right, Sophia, uh,
Mhm.
how do you feel about your leadership skills?
I would say that I definitely need to work on some things, of course, and I'm not perfect. But I definitely try my best to be patient with my team, but also try to correct them in a like healthy way too, and just like keep the positive dynamics going throughout our team so that, we're just not so we'll be successful because I know in the past that, having a toxic leader or environment isn't great and people don't thrive in that. So I try my best to just be patient with everyone and then try to keep a positive environment.
All right, add your 2 cents.
Okay. I think it is very important to keep a positive environment, especially for our newer girls. We're a very young team as of right now, and I think a lot of them struggle with like some of the skills and drills we do. So it's really just keeping them like positive and keeping them confident in themselves when like they're like thrown into these new things. Like some of them haven't even played basketball in high school yet, and now they're playing varsity and they're expected to start. So it's that struggle of trying to keep them confident and positive about the situation.
All right, so now I want you to keep talking. What advice would you give a young freshman on books, on athletics in general? I don't want to put no words in your mouth. I wanted to add a few more things, but I want to know
Yeah.
what your advice is. I'm a young freshman, think I'm hot to try.
All right. You
And
look
give
very young.
advice
Yeah.
about a young freshman coming up under Coach Nelson, what to expect.
Oh, okay. I would say keep your academics at the forefront always with athletics. However, make sure you're making time for your athletics as well, especially if you're expecting to come into a program like the one Nelson has built here. Like we're very expected to come into season ready to play. We start games within 2 weeks of tryouts. So come ready to play, come ready to show your skills. But I think both are equally important. Student athletes, I know this is like a hard balance to keep, but if you need a tutor, if you need extra help, if you need anything like that, at least with our program, our coach makes it very available and he's very flexible with us in keeping both at the same level.
All right, Sophia, run your little story down for the little freshmen, and,
Okay.
and especially the ones think they got some game. Run it down.
Okay. I would say just to always work hard and like prove yourself and not like be all talk because I think it's very important to be humble in the game of basketball and yeah, I would just say like especially if they have some good talents and good skills to utilize that in a positive way and not just like in a prideful manner. So I would say just yeah, be humble and always work hard while you're on the court.
Would both of y'all say the number one skill that they need to have is to be coachable?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, for sure.
Yes.
All right. All right. Now I rated y'all. Rate this. You got a jackleg coach. Rate your coach now on a 1 to 10.
Ooh.
Hmm. Um, for this season alone, or
No. All right, Sophia. He's coached you 3 years.
Two.
Two.
same
Two.
amount,
Both. Yeah.
same
Same
amount.
amount.
Oh, both of y'all, the
Yeah.
twins. All right. Run it down. What you think? You meeting Coach Nelson? Your impression and how'd you buy into this program? First, you, Sophia.
Okay. Well, when we met Coach Nelson, it was during the summer before our season 2 years ago. And already he had a lot of knowledge about the game of basketball and experience. So that was definitely really nice after our most recent coach. And yeah, I think it was a big step toward improvement and just we just knew that he was committed to us and he really loved the game of basketball and is willing to like pour his time into our program to make us all better. And I think he's done a really good job just building everyone's skills and just like he likes to say, he takes people's skills and just makes them better. He doesn't necessarily like rebuild you, but he'll like take what you have already and just make you like that much better of a player. So I think that has been really cool.
Hey, I don't want no sucking up on this next question because I ask him to bench you.
Don't worry, I'll be real.
Yeah, all right. On a 1 to 10, I was talking about your skill set. Give me a skill set and what you learned. And I said no sucking up. 1 to 10.
A skill set we learned from him?
No, in general, I rated. You asked y'all about your skill set, his skill set in coaching.
Oh, okay.
1 to 10. If you suck up, girl, I'm cutting this out.
Okay, I'll say he's a great coach and he deserves a 9. So it's not sucking up, it's not a 10 because I don't think anyone can be a perfect coach. You know, everyone's gonna have their moments, but he does a very good job with our players and our
not sucking up.
I'm not sucking up. Trust me, I'm very real.
All right, run it down, twin.
Go ahead, twin.
I think honestly, he's operating at like a 9.5. Not to suck up.
Heck, that sounds.
I was wanting to do about your
fucking situation.
We got a game. We got a game.
But sucking up would be giving him a 10. Don't worry.
Yeah. I kept it light.
All right. All right, because hey, see, I've been knowing Zach since he was in high school, and watched him. I told you he won the state championship. Cascade Sports, we covered him, and then I don't know what you know about the high school he graduated from, but it was an elite high school.
Don't worry, he tells us.
Well, again, you know how
that's
people
tell you
things. They tell you things, but a lot of times the things are not the way they remember. But I'm telling you, I watched him come up through the ranks, and I know that if he don't know how to coach, I wouldn't believe that he was less than an 8 because he has went through that process. So, Sophia, what are you looking to do this season yourself, not the team?
I just really want to, like I said, provide for my team in a lot of ways. And I think I'm in that position along with Amaya. We're just supposed to provide for our team, be consistent. So I would say just, averaging a good amount of points to put on the board and making assists as a point guard. That's very important. And then just getting the rebounds so that, I can either get more assists through that or fast breaks, just anything I can do to contribute to the team is what I want to do.
All right, Amaya, run it down.
I think I've got the same goals as her, just trying to stay consistent for the team, especially as we learn and we grow together. We haven't played much together yet, and I think that's important that we just remain consistent for them. And I think we just want to finish out a senior year for us. Both of us are not really looking to play in college, so I think this like is our last season, and I think we want to make it the best as possible.
The last hurrah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Girls, before we close out, tell our audience what the camaraderie that you feel with your teammates and the coach and the school, and how important is it for you to see your stands full, to have participation by your fan base? First, you, Sophia.
I would say that where I want the team to be. Is that what your question is?
No, I said your fan
like
base and what have you. What would you have to say to them, basically? And how important is it when you're playing that your fans turn out? Could that be a win or a loss by having a full gym supporting you, or what? And so we're closing out. What you have to say to your fan base?
I would always say that we're always usually successful when there's a full gym, and I think it just gives you that much more adrenaline, and it makes the game, I think, a lot more fun. And just it makes you want to work that much harder because like people are watching, and not only that, but it's also just like really fun to like have a hype gym and like people like a full student section that also is very important. So we're always encouraging our friends and our family to come out to as many games as they can. And we definitely try to do the same for other sports to set that example.
What's your rendition on that?
I think it's the same. I really appreciate when people come out, especially our friends, like are also like doing academics and things. So we understand where they're coming from. It's hard to come out for us, but I really appreciate when like my family comes out, when other people's families come out. I really appreciate the support. I think it really helps us. We don't have a deep bench, so we're running purely off adrenaline. And when there's more people in the crowd, that definitely helps. Yep.
All right, hey, coach. Let my audience know, what do you want to see happen this season as it relates to your team and your personal career. Talk to our audience a little bit about that. And how important is it for you to have a good administration behind your program?
I'll start with the administration because I believe we have one of the best administrations probably in this area. They're super supportive. They give us everything that we need. We have such a great facility and a great space for these kids to be the best student athletes that they can be. So like they're doing a really good job with that. My hopes for the team, though, I mean, we have a lot of young players, so I want them to continue to mature, grow, find their success on the basketball court. I'm asking a freshman to hit me a couple threes every game. I'm asking a sophomore to try to get me a double every night. And then I got a couple of newbies that are trying to figure out the game. And so just trying to, build something where kids can come in, learn, play, and really be successful is what I'm looking for. We have a really good chance of winning our league this year. So, coming home with some hardware, I think would be nice for this school. They haven't won a league in a very long time. So having all the odds stacked against us this year, it would be really nice for them to really achieve something and come away with something that leave a legacy, leave their team on the board, on the banner. Because you remember when I was with Rockhurst, like it's all about that legacy. It's all about leaving a banner on the wall.
Out over there.
Yeah, and so what are we gonna do to leave our legacy this year, and hopefully we can get some numbers on the board. That's our goal.
Right. Hey, girls, it was a pleasing pleasure having y'all on the show.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
And as we say in closing, for all you chumps out there think Cascade Sports is soft, we go hard in the paint.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.